Hello! Today we are going on a visual journey through the history of design, from antiquity to the present, exploring how each period shaped the way we see and live in the world around us. This is the story of how aesthetics and functionality walk together and continue to dialogue, leading up to the design we know today. We begin in ancient Egypt, around 2700 BC, where art was deeply connected to spirituality and religious symbolism. The Egyptians created vibrant murals filled with mineral colors, depicting deities, ritual scenes, and hieroglyphs that narrated stories of life and death. Vases and ceramics featured simple yet meaningful decoration, while furniture incorporated natural motifs like papyrus and lotus, an aesthetic that combined artisanal simplicity with deep significance. We then move on to Greece and Rome, between about 1200 BC and 480 AD, where concepts we now call proportion and symmetry emerged. The Greeks perfected the idea of idealized beauty and balance, manifesting it in classical columns and sculptures that sought the perfection of human forms. The Romans, in turn, adopted and adapted these influences, popularizing detailed mosaics and elaborate architectural systems. On the walls of villas and temples, geometric patterns and figurative scenes celebrated both everyday life and mythology, creating an aesthetic foundation that would be revisited for centuries. Moving forward in time, we arrive at the Baroque and Rococo periods, between the 17th and 18th centuries, a time of exuberant ornamentation and visual drama. At this moment, design became theatrical. Pronounced curves, rich gilding, and intense compositions seemed to vibrate with energy. In Rococo, this extravagance became lighter and more delicate, with floral arabesques and soft palettes, evoking a sense of charm and playfulness. This decorative exuberance would be gradually balanced in the next period, when neoclassicism emerged in response to excess, seeking refined simplicity and classical lines, evoking Greco-Roman antiquity in a more moderate way. The 19th century brought with it the Industrial Revolution, a fundamental turning point. Mass production radically transformed the design of furniture and objects, making them accessible to the emerging middle class. Functionality prevailed, and industrialized design began to respond to the demands of a rapidly changing society. But not everyone responded with enthusiasm. Reacting to this mechanization and standardization, movements like arts and crafts emerged, advocating the value of handcrafted work. This movement exalted the honesty of materials and the beauty of simple forms, creating a bridge between manual tradition and contemporary aesthetic needs. This search for nature-inspired forms gained even more strength with Art Nouveau in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, where organic curves and motifs inspired by plants and flowers flowed freely in furniture, stained glass, and decorative objects. Nature became not just a visual reference, but a formal structure for design itself. We then arrive at postmodernism between about 1980 and 2000, an era that broke previous rules and celebrated the plurality of styles. Postmodern design rejected the rigidity of a single aesthetic and embraced irony, playfulness, and historical reinterpretation. Classical references coexisted alongside pop, humorous, and even contradictory elements, as if design itself were winking at us, inviting us to question norms and deconstruct expectations. Finally, we reach contemporary design, from the 2000s to today. Here, we see an intelligent synthesis of everything that came before: minimalism, integrated technology, sustainability, and a constant blending of historical styles with current solutions. Contemporary design values clean surfaces and clear functions, embraces sustainable materials, and incorporates technology organically into everyday life. But at the same time, it looks to the past with reverence and curiosity, bringing back or remixing trends like the curved forms and vibrant colors of the 1960s, which are re-emerging today as nostalgia and innovation. This narrative is not just linear, it is a continuous dialogue between tradition and invention. Contemporary design, in its essence, is an intelligent remix of the past with the technology of the present, a conversation that spans centuries, styles, and cultures. Thank you for joining us on this visual and historical exploration. See you next time.